Welcome back. Welcome back. We'll give everybody a couple minutes to roll in. Grab a seat, grab a coaster and an ashtray. You will be searched for lighters on the way out, so don't think about it. I'll be right back. Oh shit, sorry. What's good, family? You said volume? Yeah. Boy, that has me looking weak. Nah, I didn't really get anything crazy for Black Friday this year. I got some gifts and shit like that for Christmas, but I didn't really add anything to the setup. I don't have any excuse to, bro, honestly. And I'm great at finding excuses to buy new tech, trust me. It's push. Like, how unsustainable exactly do we want to make this? Remember what I said, judge the coin by how retail acted after market maker stepped on the brakes after getting this vector recovery. And that shit has gotten nothing but bought up. Market maker, market maker, market maker, retail, 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 retail. Nah, I haven't heard Zusi for a couple days. So again, 50 EMA on the hourly is sort of what I'm looking at. First stage, 2 entries. We'll see if they hold. But as far as that ETH upgrade goes, yeah, I mean it's a pretty big deal. Wonder if I can screenshot. Let me screenshot something real quick. Okay, that worked. So here's basically like a little overview of the upgrade. Bring it out of the way so you can see price still. So I don't think many people realize how important this is for ETH. And like I said, I haven't made a huge deal out of it because I don't think it has an immediate effect, but it answers a lot of the problems that ETH has. Right? ETH's biggest problem so far is that all of its layer twos have been using ETH security, but without paying almost anything back for it. Right? So like Base, Arbitrum, Optimism, ZK Sync, whatever, they're getting millions of fees from users. But when they post their data to Ethereum, the blob fee is almost zero, right? Because of the payment structure that was there before. So the L2s are really capturing all of the gains, which is cool because Ethereum wanted the L2s to grow and expand, right? To be able to take on that amount. But because of that, Ethereum hasn't been able to go deflationary, right? Meaning it hasn't gotten to the point where it burns more ETH per year than it mines with staking, right? But this EIP, where is it? This EIP 7594 makes it to where L2s have to pay real fees per blob, minimum blob fees to Ethereum, and then those blob fees get burned, basically, right? That's like the biggest shift we've had on any of these upgrades as far as like actually affecting the revenue for the network or affecting the burn rate. So like, you guys remember in 2024, 2025 when ETH went deflationary for a while before the L2s really started to pick up, right? But then L2s came in and they made mainnet transactions cheap. So if you were operating on Ethereum, you were probably on ARB or Optimism or Base, right? Instead of being on the L1 because the gas fees were so expensive on the L1. So after the upgrade, every L2 blob has a minimum cost now, right? So these are the blobs basically, right? It allows them to send blobs more efficiently, but instead of one, it's many. Although it's more efficient, right? And it's going to bring down L2's fees. Every one of these blobs will have a minimum cost that's paid to Ethereum. That Ethereum is burned, right? That's what we didn't have before. So, like I said, Ethereum mints about 600,000, 650,000 new ETH per year for stakers. And as of right now, ETH is burning about 300, 350 per year through fees, right? So it's still slightly inflationary. After this, some of the conservative models are showing that if L2 burns add 200 to like 400K per year, right? The combined burn could be about 600,000 ETH, which would make ETH flat, right? 600,000 mined, 600,000 burned. The bullish models are saying that as L2s grow and take on more demand, right, from banks, stables, all the shit that's going on with L2s, those burn hits could hit like a million, like over a million ETH per year, right? Which would shrink Ethereum supply if you put in the mining on top of it, would shrink Ethereum supply by about 200, 300,000 ETH per year, right? Ethereum supply now, what was it, 120 mil? We looked at it recently. So just run that forward, you know. But yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And then the peer DAS, like I said, made it faster, right? It reduces the bandwidth by like 85, 90%. So the L2s can publish more blobs cheaper than they did before. More blobs, more fees paid, more fees paid, more ETH burned. Get it? So we can check the burns on this site, but it is shut down right now for. Let me see. Is it back? Are you back? You can go to ultrasound.money and they give you a real time. Yeah, they're still doing upgrades here for the hard fork. I was just looking at this earlier today when I was doing the research and it was fine. So we got to give that some time. So, yeah, basically, right? So it's threefold. Gas limit up means more fees paid, more fees burned. Fees down means more transactions. More transactions means more blobs. More blobs means more fees. More fees means more ETH burned. And the circle goes around and around and around and around. Right? That's why they call it a flywheel. So more transactions on each block means more base fees collected. And the base fees on L1 are burned automatically anyways. Right. So this also means that the burn rate for the main net goes up. Not just the L2, but the L1 also. L2 fees go down, more people use, more burn. You see how this can get out of control if use case goes up, right? Somebody earlier put it really well. They said that Ethereum is literally monetizing its own scaling for the first time. Right? So it's not just finally scaling, which was the main problem, but it's able to monetize that scaling now where it wasn't able to before. So unlike other upgrades that have just sort of made things faster, sort of cheaper for L2s, out of all of them, I think this one has the largest like real value capture. Yeah, that's exactly what these dudes are saying on freaking YouTube, bro. They're already starting with the ETH super cycle shit. No, that's not what it means. Transactions go down during the bear market, which means blob rate will go down, which means burns would go down, which means Ethereum during the bear market would probably remain inflationary. Yeah, one of these comments basically said it right. Fusaka means ETH is now monetizing L2 scaling into structural deflation. Right, L2 growth forces burn via EIP 7918, creating the ultimate flywheel for scarcity. Supply shock confirmed, giga bullish for ETH. My bad, y'all. It's a lot, and it's really like high level nerdy shit. So I'm trying to make it digestible, but I know it's a lot. You might have to rewind and listen to it again if that was quick. I mean, I haven't really heard any buzz from Avant lately. You know how I feel. Like, how did it recover from the dip, right? Were there people there to buy it? Or was it lackluster? Avant, Aster, they've all lost the privacy narrative with Zcash not doing well, and then the perp dex narrative also sort of dead. Remember, Avant and Aster were two narrative runs ago. Not saying they won't come back. I'm just saying don't expect that same sort of, volatility. If we look and we just check what the volume is, I mean, volume's up. Volume's up almost 20% today. What's interesting is that the push from market maker didn't even take the whole vector, right? Compared to say, you see the difference on ADA, right? See how market maker gave that hard push, reclaimed the whole vector, and then retail sort of took it from there. With the Vantis, it fell short, right? I don't know if market maker just felt like it wasn't a good return on investment or what the hell the deal was here. But for the most part, it hasn't gone any higher than mean reversion, right? Means that you can explain this whole move as mean reversion to clear that imbalance. Whereas something like AVAX, after clearing its imbalance, it bid it up, right? So even if this initial move was to clear the imbalance, sentiment shifted with that move, and there were enough people on the sideline that were still interested in buying AVAX to where they were able to bid it up. Right now, take that same sort of mentality and look at Avantis again. Right? Did people come in after? Yeah, there was a sell off. It held the 50. A lot of these people could just be playing the imbalance, right? But there hasn't been any sort of desire or demand to bid up the price of this after it cleared that vector. So it worries me a little bit, right? Like, you don't want to be the only person on board. Give me a second, y'all. I'll look at some alts. We'll go through. We'll take a little walk across. We'll walk around the blockchain. Give me 1 second, though. My glaucoma is acting up. I need to handle that real quick. Yeah, I'll look at H bar and then I'll look at Link. I'll give you a quick look at Link because I already have it up on the side here. So Link put in that diamond top, but then broke up instead of down, right? When Bitcoin made its move. So it wasn't a reversal, it was a continuation. Diamonds can break in each direction, except it's like a 36% chance it breaks up, right? Versus a 62% chance that it breaks down. But same issue everything else has. Ton of vectors on the way down. If this structure doesn't hold, and by this structure I mean everything that happened above here. Right? If this doesn't hold, then you're coming through this big volume gap down to 13 for starters. But yeah, we'll take a deeper look in a second. And that's not a bad thing, by the way, because you want that. You know, we did the hard thing at the hard time, and we stepped into some of these when it was scary as shit. Don't expect that everybody did that, right? Which means there's people that want the coin that you're holding that have money to help it pump. They just need it to retrace a little bit so they can jump in, right? Because they're not about to buy tops. Right? If they were careful enough to not buy the very bottom, then they're probably going to be careful enough to not buy the very tops, right? So these retracements give us opportunity to bring in fresh money, fresh traders. The decision you have to make is, do you want to take some profit and buy back in with them, or are you okay with being underwater and just sort of hoping that it holds? I already told you how I feel. Until we're above that 50 EMA on the weekly, that answer for me is automatic. I'm going to take profits. I'm going to move stops up. I'm going to defend my gains. And I'm not just going to assume that support's going to hold on retracements. There's some times where like some healthy paranoia will help you. You know what I mean? Instead of hurt you. My bad. I think some of the pumps we had on alt sort of ensure that they don't take the entire trip back down, which is why I like today's pump, even though I'm expecting a retrace. Right? I like that we created a bubble underneath us. If your alt went up 25%, it means that it can go down 15% without taking down its lows, right? So we want to give space for that, which is, in my opinion, what we did.
It's all pumps from here, bro. No more space. Just all pumps.
You heard the man.
What's going on?
Good, bro. Good. Trying to prepare myself for Christmas decorations.
Dude, I'm telling you, this time is there's like crypto time, and then there's like I can't believe 2025 is like done.
Usually I get to the end of the year and I'm like, where the hell did this year go? And there's still a little bit of that, right? But crypto has a way of stretching your life out. Like crypto has a way of making a week feel like 2 months. But yeah, in retrospect, when you look back, it's like,
Well, you're living, eating, and breathing it every moment, running the stream, doing every. I mean, that's some people might
living
not think
life
that's a lot
five
of work,
minute
but it's
candle at a time.
yeah, that's what it is, man. That takes time. I mean, everything else is just like it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I feel like time has been. I mean, it could be the kid thing and stuff, but I feel like time has been different ever since like the COVID era. You know what I mean? I feel like there was like a big gap there, and then all of a sudden it was like, let's knock everything out.
I mean, when you have a kid, you have when you have a kid, you have like milestones that get hit all the time that sort of lock you into time. You know what I mean? Oh, this month he said the first word. That was the week he did his first step. This is the week he had his first solid food. You know what I mean? So like time is like it's like when you were in school. Like time moves differently when you're in school because you have class, you got ways to judge it. Once you're out of school and you don't have any kids, days tend to blend, bro. Days tend to blend into each other. Months, weeks turn into months. But yeah, you definitely got to make some time, bro. Work life balance is important.
The next 2 days, tomorrow, Friday, I got so much stuff to do that by the time I'm done with the stuff, that the days will be over. So it's almost like already the weekend.
Yeah.
I've been hammering.
Yeah, for sure, Robo. For sure. You sit here and stare at a 15-minute chart all day. Um, time tends to lose its a little bit of its meaning. Like there's only 96 15-minute candles in one day. 95? 96. 96. That ain't shit, bro. 96 candles? That's how you judge time. When I was a heavy smoker, I used to judge how far I had to drive by how many cigarettes it was. I'll be like, oh, I gotta go to my buddy's house. He lives 3 cigarettes away. That was my favorite, bro. Jumping in the car with no target, just smoking a cigarette and vibing. That's what you call addiction. I told you I used to smell a girl that I used to like walk by a girl that smelled like Newports. I'd be like, what's your name? Like, sir, you are addicted. That is addiction. I was a Newport fiend, bro. 2 boxes of Newport 100s a day on a regular day. You think I got these soft, silky tones by eating acai bowls and going to oxygen bars? Nah, bro. Hardcore cigarette smoke. You heard it here, kids. You want to sound like Dbloc? Get to smoking. Not playing. I'm completely talking shit. My voice got deep when I was young. It was weird as hell. People think it's cool now, but when I was like 7, it was the weirdest shit ever. So the first time, well, I mean, I've quit tobacco twice, but I only stopped smoking cigarettes once. First time I stopped smoking cigarettes, one of our homeboys, he was like younger too. He got pneumonia one year. I've told this story before, but he got pneumonia one year. It was like really bad, or what we thought was pneumonia. And then his mom called us one day, and she was like, because we had like a friend group of probably like 20, 25 deep. So she called us one day and she's like, the doctor wants to talk to everybody. And, I'm thinking, oh shit, he's going to die. Like, what the hell, why the hell would the doctor want to talk to us? Doctor brought all of us in, sat us down, and showed us his x rays, his lung x rays. He said that he hadn't seen a pair of lungs that bad in a patient that wasn't at least 70 plus. Like, literally told him if he smoked one more Newport, he could possibly collapse his lung. Scared the shit out of us, scared us all straight at that point. So like we decided, like at that point it was bad. But I'm smoking weed all day. I'm smoking cigarettes all day. The only time I'm not smoking is when I was asleep. So something had to change. And then my dumb ass, like 6 or 7 years after that, decide I want to start vaping for no reason at all. Literally, some chick left her vape in my car. And that shit put me on a 2-year vape binge. Yeah, so I mean, I still get a little tobacco here and there if I smoke a blunt or something, but nicotine, I just do Zen pouches now. Zen pouches helped a lot. I think vaping is harder to smoke than it's harder to stop than cigarettes. And I stopped basically cold turkey with the Zen pouches. Bro, a couple things are gonna happen. You get those little Zen pouches, right? You're gonna feel like throwing up. First of all, your first Zen, you'll feel it. You'll be like, "Oh, head rush, throw up." At that point, you don't want to vape. You don't want anything. Your stomach hurts. You just want to chill. But then you get used to it. Yeah, I gotta get that PO box, man. There's a couple people that want to send some shit. I need to open that PO box, and then maybe I'll do. That'd be funny. We'll do like Cypher PO box openings. You guys could just send me weird shit, and we'll talk about it online. Mike's been telling me about these Zens forever now. He swears by them shits. Yeah,
That's how
most
I
of them
got
are
my
flavored.
voice. That's how I got my voice is from the Zins, bro. I used to smoke it, but now, this is where we're at.
What were you smoking? Helium?
That's it, my boy. That's it. You know it. Them gas fees.
Why you use the patch? You trying to stop? You trying to stop using the Zens? Bro, I figured if the Zen is strong, it makes me lightheaded and nauseous at times. That patch is gonna be even worse. Those 3 milligram Zens are easy though. That's what I would recommend. Buy that 3 milligram, and then if that doesn't curb your desire to vape, then get the 6 milligram ones. Yeah, but you be able to breathe, Hulk. Like for me, my problem was I would lay down at night and like I would just hear gurgling in my chest from all of that vape juice basically, right? So now I can get that the neurotropic effect, right, of the nicotine. I can still get the relaxing and the focus and all that from the Zen, but I'm not sucking in smoke all day. Yes, that's from Duca from the Middle East. No, I don't know what Duca is from the Middle East, but I know what a hookah is from the Caribbean. Let's go. I would try it. I would try it. Honestly, even if it doesn't, even if it doesn't stick, at least you can give your lungs a break for a little while. Nah, I was bad galactic. I would lay down at night, and yeah, my breathing, I could feel like shit bubbling up. Vape lung is a real thing, yo. Google vape lung. That shit is not nice. Yeah, it's not good, bro. You know what the thing is? Like, you don't hit a cigarette as hard as you hit a vape, right? The vape is that instant rush. One, the cigarette runs out for one, right? And if you light 2 cigarettes back to back, then there's that little thing in your head that says, okay, you're tripping, bro. Like, really, you're just gonna back to back it? But with vapes, it's like always there. You pick it up, little blue light comes on and shit's, you know what I mean? Always ready. You'll hit that shit for 3 hours straight without realizing you just smoked 17 cigarettes sitting at your desk. And don't let there be some price action.
Yeah, but those back-to-back hit when needed, though, for sure. What's up,
Yeah.
Dbloc?
Don't let there be a big dip day or something.
I quit for the longest time, man, and I fell into vaping, and that was my enemy. Because it's like you take it to the car and you take it everywhere. It
Everywhere,
doesn't leave
bro.
your hand.
Everywhere. They took it's brilliant, honestly. Now it's starting to change because you can't vape in front of kids no more. They're like, ew. Like, they make fun of each other at school. You vape, right?
Oh,
But
do
that
they?
it
Oh,
took
you're
like,
right,
yeah,
actually.
it took a generation for that to happen though. Because it got to the point where you couldn't smoke a cigarette in public, bro. People would look at you like you were kicking puppies. But you can grab your little vape and you know what I mean? It wasn't offensive, didn't smell like a cigarette. You know, people didn't like exclude you from the friend group because you wanted to smoke a cigarette. But yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
now they hide it, right? Like, now they're hiding it. Kids are like in alleys again vaping like they were with cigarettes.
Yeah, I felt like crap after vape. That vape, man. It's like you get addicted to it, and it gets to a point where you're just hitting it so often, like you feel it. You just feel like shit.
Yep, a fact.
Have you guys seen the YouTube recaps? Shit was funny. I peeped mine today. Apparently, I've seen 275 episodes of Crypto Cypher this year,
Let's
which was funny.
go. Nah, I haven't seen that. What they do, like a year wrap up sort of thing.
Yeah, same thing that Spotify did. I don't know if you've seen the Spotify ones,
Yeah,
where it
yeah,
gives you like the
yeah.
yearly wrap up.
Yeah,
It's pretty dope.
Spotify one was cool.
It was funny because it gives you like breakdowns in 3 segments, like beginning, mid, and end. And the beginning, apparently, I was in my gaming mode. Mid was exploring business, and then the third one, which was really weird because I've never looked up a plane video, but apparently aviation. So like took me from being a bum to wanting to make
The
money to
one in to
wanting to
buy a
spend money.
plane.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good though. Progress, you know, growth.
It was pretty cool. I was top 7, so I'm curious to know who's top 6.
Yeah, let me know as you guys look at your recap. Let me know what it says. That'll be cool. You'd even like screenshot it and post it in Discord if you wanted to. Be cool to look at.
I think somebody already posted it earlier today, and it was
How do
like top
you find it?
point. I think it's on your shorts. I just logged into YouTube from my phone from the app, and it said check out your recap. A little box popped up. Yeah, you had somebody with like 1,250 seen in the year. I'm like, how's that even possible? They probably were skipping through though. You can't. There's no way you're watching 24 hours.
Bro, jeez, bro. Oh, if you never tried nicotine before, just stay away from that shit. Galactic. If you made it this far, gang, you are good. I'll be right back. Give me a second. You still good. That's how I feel about drugs too, bro. Like, yeah, cool. You could do a bunch of drugs when you're young and have fun. It's already fun to be young. Save that shit for when you're like 80 plus. You bored with the wife. You're like, hey, thinking the LSD the Sunday afternoon. You're already old, man. It's time to experiment. Come on, baby. We're doing spin the drug wheel tonight. Like, oh shit, grandma and grandpa on one again. I'll be right back, y'all. Don't do drugs, man. I'm just talking shit. I'll be back.
whack.
Wiggity wiggity whack. Push it good. Ding, 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 ding. He hit some resistance. Get towel go, baby, jeez. You ripping faces.
Oh, yeah, some alts is going. Let me go look.
What's going up? Everything's pushing. The cash is up to 8.5%. Good.
Yeah, it's trying. I'm stuck at like 450.
High, right? Yes. Oh yeah, we're gonna break out.
I don't know. We're still in the bear market, so I don't trust any big pumps.
When did we get in a bear market?
We went into a bear market when we closed 2 weekly closes under the 50 EMA on the Bitcoin, and we reached the time frame on Bitcoin at the end of the cycle.
Cycle, huh?
We reached it when all of the checklist categories started checking off of the list. But you don't got to take my word for it. You got to ask the owner of the channel.
Take anybody's word.
He's already deemed this as the
Oh
one.
shit, I
But
forgot about. You did
so
what?
since he's deemed this as the one last push, from what I understand. So I'm looking for a lower high on Bitcoin where that is.
Bitcoin. But Bitcoin doesn't mean other things won't move. Everything's
That's
still gonna move around. You'll get bounces
not
here
how
and
it
there.
works. Nah, bro.
It's been working that way for years now.
Nah. After
Yeah, you can
the
trade other
Bitcoin.
stuff. Other stuff moves without Bitcoin.
Okay. Good luck.
It does.
Because once Bitcoin hits the end and it comes all the way back down, they're not going to be going up. Yeah, there's a trade here. I mean, I don't know how high it's gonna go, but my guess is like 115, 115K. For me personally, I don't give a damn. All of this is meaningless. And when it gets back up there, I'm going short. And I'm waiting for Bitcoin to come all the way down to the lowest price is going to get down to. And then I'm going to the bank and I'm buying me 1 Bitcoin. So I don't give a damn about all of this unless I'm going to get a short end up at the top. Matter of fact, I'm about to go look at some altcoins right now and see what ripped up real crazy. I only see Elf coin. I'm already short on Elf coin. I'm about to break even at it, and it just went up.
What's going on with this microphone?
Yeah, man, looking around, everything's pathetic, bro. I mean, for example, I'm looking at this coin. It just isn't like on weeks at the top. I think the top 5 pumped up coins. Let me see. I think it's let me see, Mavia, and it just did a bounce here. Let me see how much it was. Yeah, like a 30%, 27% bounce. And it's funny because I'm looking at the bounce from where it's bouncing from now, and it's like a little. If I pull it out to like a high time frame, it's like a little green little candle for 27%. And then I'm looking at like the giant green vector all the way to the left on the daily chart. And that's where my short end was like last month, I think, when it was up there and I saw that happen. So, I mean, look at it, stuff like that. I mean, pretty much that's like what I see on every altcoin chart, like these high ass prices they used to be at, like, and now they're like getting these bounces from the bottom down here. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm very bearish, as you can see. I've already switched. I tried to be a bull. I was at that point. I was waiting for the altcoin season to happen, and I gave it its chance, and the time has ended, man. For me at least.
Let the bull season begin, fam.
I mean, I don't see how you could think it could. Please explain it to me, respectively.
So we're sitting here right now, camping out at a $93,000 Bitcoin.
Okay, well, let's talk altcoins.
Altcoins have gotten beat up, but they haven't really done much, and they haven't really. I mean, I'm not buying the tops, but we're sitting at like 15-cent Doge. Like some of the stuff is still higher than where it was prior to, like, say, last year. Potential for go time still there. I mean, I think people are purchasing utility. Bitcoin hurt everything because just I find it kind of odd. Not really odd, but I said this the other
Let me
day.
ask
It's
you a question.
they moved the market down. They moved the market down, and then all within like the same day, 3 major banks launch and accept, or give tools and crypto stuff to consumers.
So let me ask you a question. Are you
Then we go back up.
Are you going to use those type of news events to justify disregarding the cycle?
Right now? Yeah. Because anything there could be
Fair enough.
there could be a cycle. And yes, we've had 2 previous cycles, but it's a different administration. It's different.
Fair enough.
It's a different game. It's a different game. I mean, I'm not.
Right. At least you're being honest.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a hell of a gamble, bro.
Yeah. I'm just. All it takes is one. I mean, it can go down. Don't get both ways. Let's just say both ways. But all it takes is, I'm looking at the positive aspect. So
that's fine. I understand you want to be positive. I get it. I tried, man. I was at that point. It's just once I saw those 2 weekly closes on the weekly under the 50, and that was a signal. And there's a whole bunch of other signals that we already topped out in Bitcoin, and we're going to get a bounce, but we ain't going to get back above the last high, and then that's going to be it. And then that's when there's going to be the big rep down. And from what I understand, it's supposed to be 70% from what was it, 126. So knock off 70% off of that, and I'm hoping that's what I could buy my Bitcoin for.
%70 of 126 is like $85,000 or 80-some thousand.
Oh, damn, we might already did it, but damn, that couldn't be that quick though. I don't know. That's a Dbloc thing. I need to know.
I mean, zoom out. On the daily.
I'm not going to put words, man,
or even on the yearly. I mean, to me, I don't know. I mean, yes, it would be nice to be back in the channel, and definitely could be. All I'm saying is nothing really ran. Bitcoin, I mean, stuff did run. Don't get me. I don't know how to say this properly, but I don't think in this market we're done yet with everything that's going on. I just don't. There's more new money coming in.
Man, I'm just following the game plan from what I understand. The Bitcoin cycle is a time capitulation. We get to this point, the measurement, we're at it. And if certain things don't happen and that time period comes that we're in now, that's when you start getting out, and then you turn into a trader, and then there's this last push up that's supposed to be happening. It's going to be lower than 126. Okay. But correct me if I'm wrong, Dbloc, if you're here. And hold on, that well, what you did say though is 80 something K being 70% off from 126. Let me see. That
So you
doesn't
can just subtract
seem
that
so high.
from the 127. You got to subtract that 80K from the all-time high, and then that puts you in the 40s somewhere.
Now you're talking. You see, that's what I've been trying to. That's what I'm saying. That's where I need to buy my Bitcoin at. I mean, I know it's extremely bearish, but if that's the metric, what you just said, that's more along what I was just thinking.
What if that doesn't happen though? That's what I'm saying.
But that's what's supposed to happen if you're going to play it by the cycle, though. You're switching it into, you're going to use these news events and all this other stuff to go against it. You already said that. So, but that's up to you.
I mean, the moves I made the last cycle worked out really well, and that was against everything that everybody, not really against everything that everybody was saying, but what it, I believe in the cycle because I've been through a couple. But at the same time,
you're rising at the bottom of the bear. I never did. I'm looking for my chance to do that.
I don't think we're always gonna. My own like.
I understand you don't want to go back down there, but
no, I don't care if we go back down. I actually don't care. I'll make money both ways. But the thing is, I mean, I guess if you're trading, it doesn't really matter. If you're trading all the time,
I know.
Flips,
that's what I said.
It doesn't really matter. But if you're going like long term, like my chance to buy in and then ride it, like
no,
what if we don't see?
I want to do that.
What if we don't see that massive drop?
I want to buy Bitcoin at 40K at the bottom of the bear and then take it back up to 200K the next time. Hell yeah, I do.
What if the cycles aren't as deep, is what I'm saying? I guess is what I'm trying to say. What if the cycles aren't as?
I don't know that. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Deep. Just like the gains haven't been as deep. The gains haven't been or as crazy either.
I guess that's the chance I'm going to have to take because that's where I'm at. For me, I'm in a different position than you. But as far as like bounces and trading and everything, hell yeah. Yeah, trade away. There's going to be bounces, but from what I see, I don't think we're going above 126 again until next bull market.
I think it matters more to the investors versus the traders. Like, us, the trade, we'll make money going up or down. People that just spot buy and sit there and watch, have to chew their fingernails as they watch it collapse. Those are the ones that.
I'm going to get shorts in. I'm already in a whole bunch of shorts. I'm shorting the hell out of shit. I'm trying to, please bring me up to 120 something again so I can sink it in. But I don't see us. I just don't see it, man. I mean, all the signals have come in, but I mean, I understand there's going to be trades. Yes, both ways there's going to be, but shit, what I want to buy 40K Bitcoin. So that's what I want. I mean, we'll have to just see what happens. We'll find out real soon because we're already at the end of the cycle.
You have an interesting thought process, my guy.
But I'm definitely looking at these altcoins like, oh, they're so cheap. I got to buy them. And I'm going to, hell no. If I did, it's going to be to a trade, and I'm done.
I'm trying to buy like $1,000 Bitcoin then, I guess, and maybe I'll get some Ethereum at $100, and they'll never happen.
Now you're being sarcastic. You know damn well.
All I'm telling you is don't miss out just because you're waiting for like a certain number. Is all I'm saying.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm going with the time strategy, like Dbloc said.
Now, is this long term, or is this your like scalping bags, or is this like?
No, just the Bitcoin cycle. I'm waiting when we're sitting here in the channel, like, okay, bear market is looking like it might be over with. We're at the bottom of it. Bitcoin's at whatever price it is at that time. It doesn't have to be 40. It could be higher, whatever. Whatever it's the time. I'm not making this stuff up, man. I'm just going off what I'm learning here, man.
I think the big boys are going to drive Bitcoin down pretty good so they can get in, and
that's what
but
I'm
I don't think
saying.
it's going to. I don't think it's going to stay down long. I think it's going to have a pretty,
Yeah, it could be real sneaky.
Yeah, I think it'll be okay. I think the rest of the economy is going to shit, but I think because of the dollar is going to be so bad, I think Bitcoin's going to be in good shape, but maybe not for 9 months or a year. But I think it'll still be good long run.
You're gonna trade the hell out of it. I get it. That's smart, man. But the thing is, if BlackRock is putting out a narrative to its investors and they're saying that Bitcoin is a seasonal investment, then they're going to play the cycle.
Yeah, well, like Dbloc was saying today that they're opening it. Was it Morgan Stanley or whatever? Just open up their investors to it, and he was like, "These people's first taste of crypto, they're going to get an absolute giant slap in the face, and it's going to sour them."
I don't believe like nothing them guys say. They're all sneaks. They come out. They FUD things when they're buying. They'll say Bitcoin is trash and get it down, and that's just so they can buy. I don't believe nothing. They'll come out and say it's great when they're ready for it to crash, and then for them to get out so they can buy back in at the bottom. It's just that's what they do. It's real convenient of them to come out right now and say that all of a sudden, okay, right at the end of the cycle.
Yeah. I've hardly bought any spot all year. I've just been helping, waiting for everything to drop and then jump in and buy some spots when it's down low.
I mean, I'm not going to, so that's what I'm thinking too, because I'm not going to wait for it to go. I mean, whenever Bitcoin gets to where I think it's good enough, let's say maybe 60. Okay, fine. I'll start my DCA there. I'll do couple $100 a week, whatever.
Yeah, I'll do that martingale bot where they just drop
to
in.
Accumulate on spot, just so I can finally get my
exactly.
And then whenever I see it totally, I'm gonna probably have to have my big chunk of cash ready, and then whenever they come with their big scam wick to the downside, I got to be ready to click buy. But I'll start getting that ready probably, I don't know, a few months, maybe the middle of next year.
Yep, I just play the weather every day. I just play what the charts are giving me. It's trying to, if I had $1 for everybody I've listened to for the years and their philosophy and everything else like that, and what's going to happen is like $1 for that, I'd already be retired. So it's just like all you can do is just play what's in front of you, and you kind of keep an eye out and Dbloc does an awesome job of that. He gives us a good heads up of possibilities, and just like the M2 and everything else like that, he's nailed it. He's been on top of all those things hiding around the corner to keep your head out for, but he's good about not saying definite one way or another, just saying, hey, if this happens, then you do this. If that happens, you're going to do this. And he's been a shit. He's been hitting bullseyes since I've been listening to him.
Yeah, ain't nothing definite, but I mean the cycle, the time periods, they are what they are.
But they're not set in stone, is all I'm saying. And
Yeah, of course they're not.
there's so many metrics that aren't the same as 2017
Come
or
on, Dbloc,
2021.
come on from here.
And I'm not disagreeing with Dbloc, but there's so
I
many
want
metrics
him to
that
pull
aren't
that.
the same. If
He's
you've
got-
been around, huh?
Have you seen his checklist? I would love for him to pull that checklist out and be like,
Yeah,
check.
I've seen the checklist.
I mean, damn, the damn thing's almost all checked off. I mean, respectfully, brother, I'm just saying. I don't know. But if other narratives, whatever, Morgan Stanley, whoever, whatever, all that, okay. Yeah, the government could come out tomorrow and be like, the United States is going to start buying Bitcoin. Well, I guess the cycle don't mean nothing at that point. God candle. Is what it is.
I mean, if it was going to be that big, I would hope that they would just come out and say that the new world reserve currency was XRP. But aside from that, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think XRP is going to go back down to 50 cents again. I think them days are done. I think it might, if Bitcoin comes down to 50 or 40, shit, I think your ass could be at $1 though.
Buy more.
I don't think it goes to 50 cents.
Do it again.
What? Bitcoin $1? Oh, XRP.
Ain't nobody gonna be freaked out at $1 XRP.
Nah, bro.
You think I'm worried? You think I'm worried about a 10-cent Doge?
It ain't no 10 cents. It's like 5. It's below 10 cents.
Absolutely. You just buy them. I'm not like disagreeing with anybody here. I'm just saying, do you think a 10-cent Doge is scary? When it was at 2 cents, you buy it in the last bear market, what was it at? The average 5 cents?
Yeah, like 4 cents.
Yeah. So 4 cents, 5 cents, and nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. That's scooping it all up. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is like it ain't even that scary. And if you have time in the system, if you have time, if you're not trying to get rich overnight or make money overnight, if you got time, you just average in all the way down, average out on the way up. If you want to play cycles, that's all I'm saying. It ain't the fastest way.
I hear that.
You might not catch the low though. That's what I'm saying.
Ooh.
Yep, I have a 10-cent buy order on Doge right now. If it hits 10 cents, boom, nice little bag coming in. If it goes down to 8 cents, boom, nice little bag coming. You do it the whole way down. But I mean, all I'm saying is collectively, it's not a let me wait. People did that with Bitcoin. Let me wait till it hits 10 grand when it was at 20 grand. And people are waiting for 13, waiting for 10, waiting for 9. Oh, it's going to go to this. And we had the same conversations. And guess how many people got screwed by not buying because they were waiting for some stupid number that didn't even happen?
Altcoins at that time, altcoins, a lot of altcoins are lower now than they were at that time. Jeez, the market is crazy.
And the whole thing was different. The whole landscape was different. Just that. But the previous, like you look at everybody's scared at, what if this was a drop? This was a 30-40% drop. It, it, look at the other 30-40% drops and then you rip. And what if it does? All I'm trying to say is, what if it does change? Like everybody wants to buy. I wish I could have did this type of mentality, but you got to be doing it when as it's happening, not like, unless you're trading. If you're trading back and forth, it doesn't matter. Short it all day long when you feel the hard part's when it's in the middle, but it's not always going to show its colors. It's not always going to show its colors when you least expect it. Just like that drop, October 10th, boom, rocket ship down, or just like the rocket ship a couple months ago on a Sunday, whenever everything just went bonkers, and you know what I'm saying, like.
Remember how fast it went from 90 to 100K, man?
Exactly. Yeah, 10,000 in a split second, just off some, and all the charting that was done wasn't like, oh, this is gonna happen. This is gonna boom, rocket ship, instant, blew out every chart. Now we have a whole new chart to look at. Like,
what did I walk into? Sounds like Nick is hyperventilating and Mooney's got something in his mouth. Nick, are you on like a treadmill or something over there?
no, I'm burning a smoke right now and running over to the truck and just kind of chilling out. But I get fired up on this stuff because I want to see people win, man. I want to see people win.
Dude, your argument about it going like crazy numbers going lower, dude, that like drop the mic, man. That is such a repeated pattern. It's going to 10 and then they miss out and then it screams up and they're all like, well, it'll retrace back.
I literally go off conversations and it's like, when we've been through this so many times in this chat. I mean, years, cycles and cycles and cycles, and it's you see the patterns. And I'm not saying always go against the grain, and nor am I always right. But you don't have to be. If you don't play it crazy, you don't have to be always right. You can be somewhat right. You can average in, average out. You can do a lot of things to mitigate risk and still have good potential and growth and be able to compound if you want to compound. If you're talking like spot term bags, I just know the last cycle when it kept dropping, you may average in those lower averages. I mean, if you're going for the swinging out of the park, that's I don't even have the balls to do that. That's how you get wrecked.
They were waiting for 40K.
I definitely got the balls.
Or
the
belief, and the belief in something is big too. You know what I mean? As far as like, if you're not buying a $85,000 Bitcoin after you've already seen it go to 125, like it might go to 250, and then people will be, what if it goes to 250 or 180 or whatever, and then people are crying like, man, the bottom of the bear market's going to be like 80 grand. It's every cycle that we go through this, and people miss it, and they come back and they're screaming
one day
that
at
they're
a
broke.
time.
Yeah, and they're screaming that they're broke.
So we could do one day at a time. See what the chat say tomorrow.
The thing that sucks is we really could have had a great launch, with a crypto-friendly administration and everything else, and Trump and Melania coin, and then all the big, just shit all over everybody, and then all the, big giant manipulations going on, and And it's chased a lot of people that got excited about finally getting into crypto at the beginning of the year and just scared off. So I saw it. I was dealing the Solano meme coin, shit coins beginning of the year, and there was a handful of whales that were in there, and they were just it cleaned everybody out, and everybody just left. It's a freaking desert land. If they would have played it smart, just let give a few breadcrumbs to the little guys and everything else like that instead of gobbling up for themselves. Now they don't have anybody to shit on because everybody just left it. They just they completely screwed.
What happened?
That
What
Trump
happened?
coin, that was a dumb idea, man.
I think we're all saying the same thing in a way. What happened? Who was here for the last run? Who was here for the last run? Whenever all these new people came into crypto, Elon walks on stage. People are buying Dogecoin at 74 cents, and it's gone. And it's gone.
Sam Bankman-Fried thing. They had all those sports stars and movie stars and everybody else, blowing it up on TV, and it's just. And then I've watched this.
Oh
You
no,
watch
Robert. Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban. He was big on Polygon.
He's the big ETH guy. He's not a Bitcoin guy. Cuban's the big ETH guy. He's heavy
He
into
was big on
ETH.
Polygon back then too, and then he switched to Injective, and then Injective went crazy. Mark Cuban. Now I think he doesn't even. I think he's. You can he likes Doge. You can use Doge to buy stuff that. I don't know if you still can. I believe you. What team does
Well, I
he
mean,
own?
technically, you could buy it with anything. You've got a Coinbase card.
I don't get how every summer they have the big Bitcoin conference and they piss all over themselves and it drops like a freaking rock. Like that should be their big pump up part of the year. And people that they have on stage and the shit they pull and the crap that goes down, it's like, how do you guys have a giant conference every year and just absolutely dumps? I don't get it.
Yeah, but Robert, I think you should be blaming CZ in China more than Trump. I mean, to me, October 10th was far worse than a Trump coin.
Yeah, I know, but then what I'm saying is, well, Trump thing, I said they just kicked off the year with a bad taste. A lot of people, I didn't care. I made $2,000 in about 45 minutes off of that sucker, and got out. But a lot of people, were finally like, okay, I'm going to get it. But what's this crypto stuff all about? I hear there's a lot of money to be made into it. We got a administration coming in, and all these people were just jumping in. Yeah.
To me, October 10th is the crushing blow. I mean, all the altcoins, 90%, 80, 70% drops across the board in one day.
Oh, yeah, that was a giant kick in the balls for everybody.
I got a question to ask for you all. Like, when do you think the reputation changes from there's money to be made into crypto takes more than it gives? Like, we all know the reputation for crypto now. When does it get to a point where people will stop coming into it thinking they can make money? Because it's not the case.
Well, that's a problem. I think that's been part of this year's transformation and that's why retail is so weak and volume is so low on so many days of the week. And it's just, I think it just left a bad taste. I mean, hopefully it all turns around. I'm not being negative. I hope everything goes up and all of us make a shitload of money, especially the little guys, because the big guys have been, whether it's crypto or insurance or whatever else, they've been ripping Wall Street. They've been ripping us off for years. So,
oh no, I mean, I'm not saying that you can't make money. I want to be clear. I'm saying for the people that are not in it, and then they come in it thinking they can make money. Like we all trade, right? We have wins and losses, and and I've made some profit or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, if you're on the outside and you're like, oh, what's this thing, crypto? Let me get in on that. I just don't hear that anymore. Like, I think everybody's like, crypto's a scam more than they are crypto will make me money.
People got literally stung
Yep.
the last bull run, and that's what I've been saying is like I've talked to my attorneys, people that had a few hundred grand, probably I know for a fact a few hundred grand in crypto, and they got burnt out on it the last cycle, and they're not hype about it. And that's business people alike, just the conversations I have, because of those massive swings, or they bought at the wrong time. And it's like, well, you don't buy when everybody's talking about it and talking you into it. You buy when it's quiet, really, but like, they got stung the last cycle, and I'm hearing all the same things again right now. And I'm like, well, right now we're still sitting, like, we're right at the channel, like it's make it or break it here. But for it to like, the times are also way different. Like, there's so many different metrics right now. Nothing has really rotated. I mean, you got gold up there, silver up there, everything's just NVIDIA, all these things are just, it's just a whole different picture is all I'm saying. So I wouldn't have expectations of a $20,000 or $40,000 Bitcoin. And it,
It's like everybody got that stimulus money too, so
No,
that was
it
a
ain't
big.
that hard to understand. Stimulus and then the quantitative easing, and that's it. Then the altcoins will go up. We ain't had it. Every single
Everything
person
went
I
crazy
know does crypto,
2021.
and most of the masses think that Bitcoin is the only thing that's worth buying.
well, you're definitely seeing that. Bitcoin and Ethereum and utility. I think the pump.fun had its course. I think the gaming narrative had its course. I think the shitcoin market had its course. And I think with more utility and big plays, and everybody being scared, like you guys are saying, if you're being scared, you're probably not investing in your buddy's lawnmower business down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, that he thinks he can take over the world.
And
You know what I mean?
let's not forget the stock market's been on a freaking tear for a few years now. It's pretty convincing and a lot safer feel for a lot of people too. More conservative, investor type.
Yeah, because everything's scary right now because nobody knows what the administration is going to do. That's what I'm saying. Is it all it takes is there's just a lot of different stuff in the administration, and like I said, it could go down. I'm not saying we are going to face what we're going to face no matter what in every single cycle, but
It's just been altcoins though that has been horrible. I mean, every time we get them chance going. I mean, and I'm not just saying just the couple of ones that have been good for the most part. For all of them overall, they just been crushed. They start to recover. Crush
Nobody
October 10th.
holds anymore.
What if they never go? What if they never go?
And that's what it's starting to feel like.
Nobody holds anymore. You just got to get in and out. That's it.
Yeah, that's how people are looking at it.
Back
And then
then, 2020, man, that's all people were talking about. Hold. Now, nobody holds. No.
There's a pile of money to be made in fart coin, I'm sure, but I'm not buying it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not, that's just, I don't feel like long term all this stuff.
And I don't think administration. I believe that it's a international thing going on. There's just so much damn corruption internationally, and to me, it's mainly China.
Tokens to pump more, get rid of leverage.
I've been in this for 8 years, and I'm still waiting for USDT to pump, and it's been sitting at $1 the whole time, and it's frustrating.
I know, man. I hate that. I've been watching that thing
Such a
too. I
dork.
just stuck at $1. Between 99
It's called
cents
the
and $1.
treadmill of coins.
They told me
You go nowhere.
literally, they said buy the third largest cryptocurrency because it could be number one, and I buy the third largest cryptocurrency,
Hey.
freaking Tether, and I'm sitting here doing nothing.
I seen it go down to 85, so watch out, man. And then circle went up
That's
to
what I'm trying to
115.
buy. I'm trying to buy it at 85, dude, and it goes to $1. That's all I'm trying to do is put big money in right there. And all
I
it does
made
is
off
just
that
sit
day
at
too.
$1. I've been staring at the same chart for what seems like forever. It's frustrating.
The other way around.
How
One
much?
of them went up like
I think there was a
15%.
little dump on October 10th on it.
What was it, like 3 years ago? It came. God, that was scary.
It's like, how much crypto you got? $1 million. How much have you made? 0.1%.
I think it was
When
USDC that dumped because yeah, I made money off it. My money was USDT, but one of them dumped a lot a few years ago.
Yeah, that's when I put the bull shorts on, dude. Exactly. You see that red candle? You know I got the bull shorts on, and then have my wife clean up these nice little bull pants, put them back on, and that's what I did the other day, man. Like
Both short. Words don't go together.
you can be bullish on a short. It's okay to be bullish. Okay. By the way, I'm going to start a course. So if you guys want to buy the course on how this works, it's going to be called the bull shorts course.
How to make money in stablecoin.
Yes, how to make it in stable coins.
Hey, you could do 200x on a stable coin on USDC pair.
I'm not buying until Bitcoin hits $1,000, and then I'm going to buy. Just going to sit here and talk with you guys for the next couple years and hope it happens.
Well, then you won't be buying, sir.
Never say never. Oh, I would love to see that day, man. This chat would have 18 million people in it. There'd be so many tears.
Hey, it could happen. You got to get off of Coinbase, coming over to Weeks Exchange and put an order down there. You never know; it could go down there on a
Yeah, I
scale.
gotta find the random exchange that drops.
You got to go to an exchange with low liquidity. Put your Bitcoin order down there at $1,000, and it might hit.
I could also just plug in a Raspberry Pi or buy myself a nice little Bitcoin miner and hope I crack a block. Could also go into the gas station, buy a scratch off ticket and win big. A lot of coulda, woulda, shouldas. Could be the path.
Yeah, I seen those little Bitcoin miner lottery things.
Could walk outside and get struck by lightning. You don't know. I'm gonna gamble, and that's not gonna happen.
It's all good, man. We got a vent.
Just trying to give a little different perspective, man. That's all it is.
All right, Fartcoin's doubled up in a week. That's a different perspective.
Exactly. I'm still not buying it though. I mean, I'm not saying there's not money to be made, but yeah, Fartcoin is there. I don't see my business friends or attorney friends or this or that or whatever else just saying like, oh, I'm gonna go get rich on I'm getting into crypto for my first time. I'm about to unload 50 grand and I think I'm gonna buy this Fartcoin. I just don't see that.
Is the ETF going live?
I say that now, and it'll probably be like the number one thing that rocks in like a couple months, and I'll be like, man, that's pretty crazy, and everybody will be buying it and prove me wrong. but I you got to go with a little bit of mindset, man. I watch that market cap. That's, overall. Oh, by the way, if you zoom back to a year ago, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, I said 4.2 trillion, and that's documented. So just saying, I think we did hit 4.3 or something. I could be wrong, but I said I would love to go back and find that stream when people were crying then. Fear is up to 27 right now. Bitcoin's
Really?
at 93 and just cruising.
Doesn't seem that. Why is fear so low?
Well, we were at like extreme fear. Now they're not fearish anymore.
A
People
little
are.
lower than that.
It was like I thought it was like 19 or something. It's at like 27 right now.
Yeah, I think it was 17. I don't know.
I'm not afraid if that was the top. That's why I pulled some profits. But I remember in my head, I already set in my head. I said if we hit 4.2 trillion market cap, I'm pulling some money. I said just based on overall volume. I don't care what cryptos took off. I don't care what did what. Money's either coming in or it's going out. And realistically, since the 1st of December, it's been coming back in the last 4 days. We were at two almost lows there. What, 2.85, 2.83 trillion?
Even BlackRock bought today.
They all did. That's what I said, is that big dump, at the end of the month. And you also have to figure, push it as low as you can and hope that you get some losses. If you've already had massive gains this year, you reset yourself for next year. Now, I don't know what the timing is for most people, but when you got to watch the capital gains tax. So there's a strategy in that, even in and of itself, that like when they're pushing it down and they're buying these things at the top and then they wash it. And then all of a sudden, three of the biggest banks are like, we're going live. We're going live, bro. And in 4 days, we bounce back from 2.8 to 3.2 trillion or whatever, 2.8-ish to 3.2. There's more at play here, is all I'm saying. And it could go
$1
from
trillion came in the last couple of days.
yeah. Look at the crypto market cap. Big drop, end of November. Okay, the whole way down to what? 2.87, 2.89, 2.87-ish. I mean, I'm just looking at it on the high level on coin market cap. And then all of a sudden you bounce back up to 3.2, which is the highest we've been since November 21st.
I would say another issue is too, and I haven't been through as many cycles as you, Nick, but just listening to everybody spin around, like, when last year have we, at least starting the calendar year, January 1st, have we had more than 18 hours to be feeling euphoric about anything? Like, as soon as something pumps, it gets its legs cut out right from it. Just takes this, piss and vinegar right out of everybody.
Yeah.
It just, there's no sustainability anymore. It gets whacked off as soon as you get, pumping and everybody starts feeling good. And that's when you get those, type 4 traders jumping in and, pumping our bags and everything else. And shit. And the next thing you know, the big boys just got everybody's legs out from underneath them and just drives it right down to the basement or just stops it in its tracks. And that seems to me like, again, I don't have a lot of experience at this, but that seems to be one of the storylines from this year as well.
That's the storyline all the time. I mean, coming back from the days of fighting, I mean, it just to see where we've come. If you're new at this, there was days you'd sit here for months, and you'd hope that Dogecoin moved 10% or a penny or a tenth of a penny. We would watch charts. I mean, the times have definitely changed where it's like, and it was like that then though too. You know, you go from 2 to 3 cents
Same.
and then get rocked. That's why.
For 10%.
What's that?
We used to wait days for 10%, man.
Days. It might be a whole month. That's it. So like where we're at now is no different than then. The scale has changed. I mean, some of these moves on Bitcoin, if these dollars move, seeing a $10,000 move in a single day was like, that was almost unheard of. Now I don't question it. That's why I say that, like, there's potential, and only because we're in a different, there's a lot of different things happening now. I mean, we were fighting regulation, we were fighting all this stuff, so it is good to compare to other cycles. I try to zoom out way bigger just to look at the growth chart. If we continue to grow like this, even with the 60, 70%, 80%, whatever it is, swings, long term, if you have the time, I don't think there's anything else that competes, you know, on a wide scale basis, at least thus far.
Yeah, but listen, it's just so hard for me personally, like a person that started in October of 2023. It's been the worst.
I understand. I understand that people get at different times. That's what I'm just trying to give some perspective. Is like people got wrecked. People bought $60,000 Bitcoin, and then it goes down to 15 grand. You're not a happy camper. But if you have patience and you believe in it, all they had to wait was 2 more years. Not even that, really. Probably a year and 10 months till November of last year.
Altcoins.
Yeah, alts are different. See, alts are, I mean, I'm in some alts. I'll tell you one thing. Most of my alt plays, unless I was scalping or just making quick moves, most of my plays that I took profits in, you know, or I took some profits and I was like, you know what, I'm going to scatter a little bit around. I won enough on 2 of them, maybe 3. Like Solana was something I just threw into at the time. A little bit of profits. A couple of them did really good. Most of them, you know, I played the XYO, the, you know, I still have a bag of Jasmine. I still got some bags all over the place. Most of those aren't doing nothing. And I actually don't expect them to do anything. If they do, great. But I don't know if you're trying to, and this is just my personal opinion. I just don't know if you're trying like long term.
Well, it's not even that. It's just my term. My introduction into this space is October of 2023. So there was only like one point from there until like December and January where there was really a good market, and since then it's been hell.
Can I ask you a question? Can I just ask you just a question? What was your, I mean, I've and just from knowing you, you know what I mean? We've had a lot of conversations, but what was your, who or what guided you to, when you got into this market, like what was your instinct to go like crazy altcoins versus like ETH?
Oh man,
Bitcoin?
great. Just seeing all the hype about what in the space, what's going on, like how you could buy these altcoins and you could like hold them until the end of the cycle, and then the alt season would eventually come. And I thought I had plenty of time from like 2023 October till now to where this alt season was going to finally come after all the trials and tribulations, everything that's happened from now then till now, only to now to see that it's not going to happen probably.
So aside from you seeing it, was it influencers too, or was it?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, influencers, YouTube. And back then on the old channel, nobody knew. Nobody was talking about, oh, we're in quantitative tightening, so there's going to be no altcoin season this time, only buy Bitcoin. Back then, hell nah. I didn't even hear Dbloc talking about that back then until recently on this channel in the middle of this cycle where he finally pivoted and he was like, I'm going to go all into Bitcoin only, but basically mainly. I'm not going to put words in the man's mouth, but that's what I understood. But nobody knew. Nobody was talking about that back then. Everybody was buying alts. We thought there was going to be some type of run. I mean, I know a couple of them did. I mean, damn, you could have bought even Doge back then for 4 or 5 cents and it'd be at 10 now. I mean, just using one coin as an example, you could have bought, I know you could have bought Solana back then around $8, $10, $20, $50, whatever. And it would have been at what it's at now. But if you took all the altcoins, top 100, and did the percentage of the ones that you could have made it off of, it's pretty slim. Out of the top 100 altcoins, which ones could you actually have made it? There was literally no way to survive. Okay, tell me which one then.
He already said Doge and Solana. He already said that Doge you could have bought. I think he's in some random.
Oh, I'm saying top 100. Take them all and do a percentage of all the top 100 coins. I mean, it's already known. There's nothing to really argue here. Alts have been trash overall. And I'm talking about top 100. You just take the percentage of the ones that failed, and it's almost all of them. So I'm just answering your question. He asked me a question. I'm answering it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that honesty. I mean, definitely, because I mean, you know, I've been here with.
You got to look at my time frame of when I entered the space. It's the worst. But it could have been good if I would have been holding Bitcoin or even XRP. I could have bought that damn thing for 50 cents with 100K. But you just had to have one of the coins that made it. But hey, good pick. But overall, if you were going to play,
but that wasn't a random. That wasn't a random. That was research before buying in.
I get it. I get it. I'm just taking the total percentage of the top 100 coins. There was like literally no opportunity.
But 2023 even.
And I'm late. October.
Yeah, but you should.
I should what? There was nothing.
Even October, that was still a 50-cent XRP. What was?
Yeah, but I already said that there was only a few coins that I could have picked. So I would have had it been like, boom, this one and stuck with it.
October 2023, Doge was at 8 cents. I'm just trying to learn where you got because you know, I wish I wish we all could have helped you. I mean, I think that was. I mean, if you follow Dbloc too, he's always like, how long have you been in here?
Oh man, I go way back. I'm from October 23rd. I'm before this channel ever existed. Before you even.
So you were in you were in the old channel.
You weren't on that channel, were you?
Yes, I was. Yeah.
You were. Oh, I didn't remember you over there.
Dude, I've been in here kicking it since like for a long time now.
How come we don't remember each other from back then?
I don't know. I came in and said the same things and did the same stuff back then, but I definitely went against the grain because in the old channel, it was way different, and I don't even know if I want to say on YouTube, but
There was one guy that told me, and that was Fly from Australia. He straight up told me back to my face back then. He was like, Ahmad, you got almost 4 Bitcoins. Just hold that and don't do nothing. He was the one, man. And I didn't listen.
Was your original plan, wasn't it?
28 of them damn things. So I could have done one, but
that's why you just got to be
Not-
careful on influencers. Like Dbloc is solid, man. I mean, dude,
it wasn't even mainly influencers. It was just the fact that there was a narrative, because the prior cycle there was this gaming run that occurred at the end of the cycle that even if I would have diamond handed back then till now, I would have been okay. But even if you look at it, if I would have did that till now, it would have been even worse. I would be like totally.
well, I'm just saying, think about since you were there in those times, dude. All I'm saying for the future and all of this that we're talking about, and take it for what it's worth. But I'm just trying to give you a different perspective, because I feel like you're getting caught up in things too, where it's like, cycle this or that or what. I'm just making examples. Like I'm not going 110% against the grain just to be different. I'm just saying that the things that you expect probably aren't going to happen. It's going to be the opposite. And the times that me personally that I've made money was when it's red and everybody, the sentiment is like so negative, and friends of mine are selling, they're getting scared, whatever else. And I'm just like, maybe I should be buying, only based on the long term growth of crypto, because I actually believe in it. So, will you get the richest the fastest? Will I do that? Probably not. But being able to make the money that I have compound or grow faster than sitting in a bank, it is
Yeah,
done
but
that.
that's good for you because
You can do that
had
now, though. That's all I'm getting at, is you could do
yeah,
that
right
now.
now, I guess. But you had a prior cycle before me that I didn't even have.
Two cycles, but
Yeah, I have none of that to get those.
but you don't have to start. It's today. You start now.
Yeah, that's why I got the mindset that I'm looking to get to the bottom of the bear to get my Bitcoin again. I'm looking for this runaround to where the 20, 26, 27 Bitcoin bear bottom comes, and it's not 15K this time. This time it's 40. This time it's 50, whatever. I'm not going to get 4 again. I get it. Okay.
No, it's not that. It's what if we're living in that
I
time
know
now?
what I need to have. I know I need to have that now. Now I know. Right? And when do you think that's going to be? You don't have a time frame? There's got to be some type of strategy to it. What's the strategy to determine that? How are you going to determine that?
And that's the and that's the hardest part.
But that's what I've been trying to say. The way that I'm trying to determine it is playing it that we're at the end of the cycle and we're just going to get that we're
Good
going to get
old
a big
good
dead
old
cat bounce.
Hulk smash in the YouTube chat. Asking for 40K Bitcoin is like asking for 8K Bitcoin last cycle, and then it never happened. That's
Nah,
almost
I disagree.
no, yeah, but see, that's the hey, agree to disagree, whatever. But that's the same mentality where people got wrecked the last time, or not even wrecked, or didn't have the opportunity because it never
It
came
doesn't
from
have to
them.
be 40 though. It could be 50 or 60 or whatever.
It could be 80. It could have been 83 right now. That's
too
what I'm getting at.
soon, bro. Too soon. Can't be 80.
The money might never
I
come
agree with
back
that.
out. The money might never come back out of this market.
Okay, we'll see what China thinks about that.
All right. You've been here, aside from shorts and longs, okay? Aside from leverage. You think 15-cent Dogecoin is a bad buy long term?
I don't. I think it's okay. It's not the worst. You could buy there and still just hold on.
What does Joe think about that? Because I know Joe. I know your story. I remember. This is why I'm asking
See,
you
that's a
because
similar situation. I mean,
this is why I'm asking. This is why I'm asking you, Joe, is because I remember you just a few months ago when you were at the 33 cents and it dropped again. And I remember your story from then. So, do you think right now 15 cents in your position, which I kind of had an idea of just because you've talked about it a lot here. You, you don't think 15 you think 15 cents is a good buy on Dogecoin? Yeah, you're just kind of hanging out because you're in the middle space and seeing where it's at. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So are we still on a boat, Joe? Is what I really want to know. Could I buy the boat? Could I buy the boat from you at 5 cents and then sell it back to you at 20 cents? That's all I'm asking. If you believe in the boat, you'd buy it back at 20 cents, right? If I buy it from you at 5. I'll just bust your balls. Galactic in the chat, man. I haven't seen you in a while, and he said Joe's got a boat to sell you because everybody we've all kicked it for so long that we've been through this. I just want to see where everybody's mindset's at. Said, dude, I'm laughing right now, dude. I'm smiling right now. It's like, dude, we're all in this. It just well, it's just different now than like 2017. You could have threw a dartboard at a wall, picked a crypto, and made a pile of money. 2021 was not like that. This is not like that. The gains are the 1,000x's that's diminishing. Especially for Bitcoin. So I'm just watching the overall money flow. We're at a 3 trillion market cap. Like long term, and long term might be 2 years, it might be 4 years, it might be 10. But if we hit a 10 trillion market cap or 8 trillion market cap or 6 trillion market cap and the money comes in, like yeah, and it didn't really. Yeah, but we went down to what was the low of like 2022. 2022, I thought we were the 1.9 or something, wasn't it? Well, yeah, actually, we might have been. We were down below 1. Yeah, that we were like 800. It was like, and people weren't freaking out then, but like nobody was talking about it. And I'm like, so yeah, I mean, it's just, and it comes and goes. And look at all the ups and downs, even to get to 4.2. Look at the ups and downs in there. You had like early, you had 2023, 2022 and 2023. I didn't even look at. I mean, I'd go in and buy stuff, and like it was like flatline, and it wasn't until like August, or August, September, October 2023 where things started climbing again. But then they dropped a little bit, and then we climbed, and then we dropped again. Like Trump got elected, boom, we climb. Then we drop back down, and those are probably 30% swings. I think I was looking at the other night, 39% swings. So is this another 39%, 30-ish% swing? And then we go up again? And does more money start piling in? Do we have a blow off top? If none of that stuff happened yet, yes, maybe it doesn't. Or maybe the curves just aren't as big, drastic, maybe it's not the 70, 80% anymore. Maybe it's only 50 or 60% or 30 or 40%. That's all I'm saying is if you're thinking long term, and if you aren't out of capital, right? Just average in, average out, or just go for the long term play. I'm always averaging, bro. I'm just always averaging.
And how are you supposed to make it during that? You're literally buying lows and you can't make it still.
Maybe on some of those tokens, though, you cut your loss and just do nothing with those and focus on other ones. Is all.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not
like
taking no losses.
I'm not worried. Don't sell it. Maybe don't sell it, but don't do nothing with it. Don't put more money into it just to lower your average sometimes, because some of those things are never going to run. I mean, unless you have good projects. I'm just saying that, like, I got I got
You guys got two totally different mind frames. We got the one guy who wants the ultimate diversified portfolio. He wants to hold all the alts, and then you got the other guy who only mainly put all his money in utility and like a few coins. So you're the perfect example of exactly what I was talking about. There was no opportunity for me October until now, and you holding all those alts shows it because you had a big basket of all of them. So that's the proof. Hell no, there wasn't. And now, uh, t- t- bro, you're going to be holding, dude. You're going to have to hold all the way until quantitative easing comes and a next bull market comes until you start seeing your money coming back on them. It's that bad. And then now, to me, we're at the like you're still gambling, and then we're at the end of the cycle now, whether you want to believe in it or not. And if you do with the time frame of us being at the end, you would have to assume, if you believe it, you would have to assume that Bitcoin is already topped out at 126, and the next bounce we get is going to be lower than 126, and then that's when the real dump is going to come down, sending altcoins to hell. And I hear you. And if that time frame is the case, in this next bounce we get in Bitcoin, let's say it gets up to a lower high. Let's just be real bullish, 120, whatever, 23. Even though I don't think it's going to go up there, not this bull cycle. And then, okay, altcoins run. You get a bunch of crazy gains. That is probably your blow off top on altcoin. That's your that's your altcoin blow off top. That's it. That's your blow off top time frame wise, from what I understand. And that's because no quantitative easing, and they just paused and they didn't ease crap yet. And I didn't understand that until now. And so whenever they ease and the rate drops are done and the stimulus goes out, and then the alts are going to go psycho. And by that time, then people are going to be dumb and they're going to think, oh, only buy Bitcoin. And then alts will run that time. So we'll see.
I mean, we're up 20% in the market in literally the last 3 days.
In what? In total altcoin or Bitcoin?
I'm just looking at, like, let's see, Ethereum, $2,700 to 3250 is 19.4 some percent.
Yeah, but that's because everything was shitted all the way down.
Yeah, but when it was going down, everybody was freaking out, crying. That's what I'm
Yeah, but
getting
of
at.
course,
Is
that
like,
doesn't mean anything. You got the bounce, so it's bouncing. So what? It still fits perfectly into the time frame that we're going to get a lower high in Bitcoin. You're going to get your alt bounce, and then Bitcoin's going to hit the lower high and then crash.
we need a predictions channel in here in the Discord where people could put their thoughts, and then we can come back and date stamp and reserve them. I just want to see you win, dude.
And
And
that's just me
it doesn't
assuming
sound
that the
like you've been
cycle
winning
ends.
anything. So, and that's hard to hear all the time when if you're not winning, and then you're waiting, and then you're talking about it, and then you're waiting on it, and then it's like there's definitely money to be made. And you're a trader. I mean, I'm more of a long term. You're more of a trader. So, like,
Well, I
where
wanted
the
to
heck?
be long term when I started, It just never let me, and I didn't pick the right stuff.
Well, even like right now, like where you're trying to get back ahead, like last week, were you still waiting or were you
Well,
buying
no,
stuff?
yeah, I was, and I didn't go heavy on that. Why would I? I'm not. If I mean, it would be a trade at this point.
The market,
I'm
everybody
going
was
by the
scared last
cycle,
week.
man. I'm
Everyone was
going
scared
by the
last week.
cycle. I believe that the cycle says from the measurement of Bitcoin cycles that we've got into the end from what I've learned. And the time frame is saying to get out and become a trader now.
That makes no sense to me.
It does make sense because if Bitcoin's not going to make a new all-time high and it's done, and you're waiting.
If you're a trader, who cares about the new all-time high?
Yeah, you're trading, but you got to. Yeah, I'm still going to trade, but of course, but long term, I want to buy a Bitcoin at the lowest price I can. I'm not going to trade with my whole bag.
Not even saying that, bro.
I'm saying I want to buy a Bitcoin at the lowest price I can get it for and hold it long term. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I am. I'm doing these little BS trades. I have a little BS.
Play what you believe. Play what you believe.
I got a little BS spot mag. You know what I mean? I got 90% of my money in spot. It's just sitting there going down. So I don't know what you're saying. I only got 10% in leverage. Yeah, what I got left in case it does happen. The whole mentality of what I'm giving you is the big bag. That's when I go and get my damn money and go buy a Bitcoin. I don't care about all this. I'm devastated. I don't give a shit anymore. I don't got the $100,000 anymore. I don't care. Let it crash to hell so I can come back and buy.
All right. So what's the next topic you guys want to talk about? Oh. 2 in the morning. I'm getting too old for this.
Those Cowboys. Hey, New England Patriots are doing pretty good, huh, this year?
Yeah, Woony. Let's talk about something else. Let's get something good going here. Let's ask Chat GPT here to pick a random conversation. Besides pick random.
The rain's gonna hit the rhubarb.
Yeah.
That's what my grandmother would say when she wanted to change the conversation. I think the rain's gonna hit the rhubarb. Me neither. When Brady left, I was so upset, man. I did not watch anything. But I happened to notice the other day. I seen their record. I'm like, whoa, they're 9-2. Oh. I can't name not one player on the damn team either. From someone that didn't miss a game for my whole life. The last 3 years, I hadn't watched crap.
You guys may have seen this before. I just saw it on X. It's a picture of like a 50, 60-year-old guy helping his dad who's got a walker and said, "Okay, Grandpa." I guess this is Grandpa. Okay, Grandpa, let's get to bed. Grandpa goes, there's going to be a huge alt season. Trust me, bro.
It's funny, he's a grandpa, right? He wasn't a grandpa when he started waiting.
He's holding out to the bitter end.
Well, team, I asked ChatGPT to give me something. Just give me some random conversation topics besides crypto. And here's what it gave me.
There is none.
Yeah. What's a topic you've researched for years but couldn't confidently explain to a 5-year-old? Crypto. What's something you pretend to understand but just to avoid a 45-minute conversation? Crypto. What's a hobby that you're emotionally invested in but technically horrible at? Crypto. What's the one thing you keep telling yourself you'll finally master next year? Yeah, this is good. This is good, fam. What is something that sounded simple until you actually tried it? What's a skill where your learning curve feels vertical? What's a topic where the more you learn, the less you feel you know? This is good stuff right here. Yeah, this is good. So basically, based on the conversation, the bottom should be in. We should be good to go now.
I don't see how the bottom could be in when we're at the end of the cycle.
All right, poly market. I will buy you. We're going to do a lunch bet. Let's go. Everything's in there. Yeah, I'm gonna bang. All we need to know is the time frame, dude. I will DoorDash you 5 guys. Which you know is
He's not
expensive.
talking
bro.
about the burger.
That's
He's not
100.
talking about the
Oh,
burger,
yeah,
so
that's
that
true
costs
too.
some money, man.
That's both scenarios would cost money, I'm sure.
You'll be scared to answer the door.
Dude, 5 guys, you can finance it through a firm now when you go there to get lunch for your family.
Is Five Guys that good?
You just get burgers and fries and a beer in Aspen there. The one it's $45 freaking dollars. Ridiculous.
Even Burger King, man, it's like $10 for a damn Whopper. What the hell is that?
Dude, we're getting beat up in the chat. Parabolic only 2 hours of yapping, not one single piece of alpha. These guys are not traders.
Meanwhile, he sits on YouTube and says nothing.
I know, bro, man. The haters over there drinking that haterade. I remember when I bought my first bag. You know what I mean? When I bought like $10 worth of crypto and then told everybody what was going on in life. Talk about some of your TA. I think I've kind of been doing that.
You get in trouble for talking about TNA.
Kind of
Yeah,
basically
I don't want to get the
Yeah.
people in
I
trouble.
brought up TNA.
I leave that up to Dbloc.
I could have sworn the whole debate was about the cycle.
That's where we're betting lunch on, bro.
But we didn't say anything about crypto though. What a fool.
I mean, I'm gonna take parabolic only as a bullish type of person. Came in here with the bull pants on, running the gummies, getting people fired up. I like it. I like the energy.
That's it. It's good entertainment.
So are you guys betting on the cycle being over or not, or the bottom being in? So this is good stuff here because you got three different people with three different perspectives. So I would say that I would say that I'm going to go a little against the grain on the overall cycle. I feel like there's still some room here to play. So I don't pick a date and be like, well, cycle's over. I just don't do that. I don't do that. I play off what's going on. So me personally, that's where I stand. Could this be the bottom? In my opinion, I don't think it's ever a bottom because I'm not a person that really calls those or tries to catch like, oh, I got the perfect bottom or I sold the perfect top. Not worried about that. But as far as like 30% drops, you figure in April of 2024, we had, let's see here, just looking at Bitcoin, boom, down to, that was a 32% drop to September of 24. Then we pumped up again to, let's say January. And then from January down to April 2025, that was a 30% drop. And don't kill the messenger on that. I'm just estimating high level quickly. And then we hit $125,000 Bitcoin, bing, bing, bing. And then we're down to, then we hit a 35-ish% drop. And then now we start coming back up. If this continues to grow, then I believe we have a chance. If it turns around and starts going down even further, then we might start falling. But as of right now, in the last few days and things that have been announced, that's where I stand. So a 30% drop to me does not scare me. I can't speak for anybody else.
All right, my turn. Here's where I stand. The Bitcoin cycle is at the end. We're getting a bounce. It's going to be a lower high. I don't know where it's going to go. There's going to be an alt run, and that's going to be the end of it, and that's going to be the last one.
It's your turn, bud.
Oh, and then I'm looking for 70% off from 126 grand.
Hey, you have to say over when you're done talking. Over. No, this is your prediction time. This is your prediction time. This is not how many coins you have. Where do you stand? Emad put his we put our lines in the sand. This isn't beliefs. Joe, I got to back you up. This isn't beliefs. What is your prediction? Not it could be, would be.
Okay. I'm making a prediction for you.
Oh, Joe. We all had.
That is not a prediction.
This is not. I don't know how we got this far. It's not a prediction. You have 10 seconds.
Let me go ahead and
You
make
have
a
10
point.
seconds to. Are we at the end of the cycle? What's your prediction, and where do you see it going? That's it.
Where's your prediction? Your prediction of what's going to happen, where we're at. Okay, so
Joe, you're
so,
out. Joe, you're out.
No,
You're out for now. It's Wooney's turn. 10 seconds. Prediction time.
no, he already said it. Just make your own determination. He's basically saying he believes that the cycle's not over. I hear what he said. That's what it means.
Okay, over. So Joe's in the cycle's not over club.
It's obvious.
So there's been a couple red candles. Doge is dumping, XRP is dumping, ETH is dumping. Oh, what is happening? I'm getting scared. I think I'm out.
I mean, you've had, again, let's get the Dbloc checklist out again. Anybody have it?
Cancel that. Cancel that. Bulls are coming back in. Bulls just showed up. I sent a text.
Are your pants back on?
Yep, put them back on. They're eating them candles up. They said not today. Said bull market's still in effect, and EMAD's going to be sending me 5 guys DoorDash this week. I can't wait for that, dude. A double cheeseburger, bacon.
Okay, I'll make that bet with you. If Bitcoin has to break its last all-time high for you to win it.
It has to break the last all-time high or what? Where's the bottom parameter? Because I'm not even saying top or bottom parameter. I'm just saying the saying over.
Well, that fits it, because if it doesn't break its all-time high, then a time parameter, well, damn, the time parameter is gonna be December. You got to get over the last all-time high before the month ends.
Yeah, but it might be January when this happens. 3 months, 2 months, 60 days. You got to at least give a quarter. You got to just at least put some of the new year in there, because I wasn't saying this is going to happen overnight.
I mean, it shouldn't go over it no matter what, over the last all-time high.
You want to go on the Bitcoin will hit 125,000 before it hits what's your low call on this market?
No, I'm not at 125. I'm at a new all-time high.
Okay, so that's like 126, 120. What did it even go to? I don't remember.
For it to be a real, it would have to be the time frame would actually have to draw way out to.
I'm not playing cycle time. I'm just saying, like, give
that's
me
the whole
time.
thing, that you would have to, because that's what I'm saying.
Can I get fries with my order, or is that asking too much?
Yeah, you can, but just trying to figure out how it would even work, because You can
Yeah, there
have
needs to be an official specific range for this. So, what's your low call on the numbers? Because I'll go on the upside.
Well, I don't know.
I'll bang on
I
the
have no
upside. What's
idea,
your
man.
low call? Bitcoin hits 125, 126K, a new all-time high before it hits 40K
Well,
or 50K. What do you want to?
here's
What do
the
you want?
deal. That's not, but that's not what it is. It's not. It's time based. So I don't. It doesn't matter what the number is. It's time based. So the question is when from when you measure the cycle, when does
I'm not measuring the cycle. Say January 31st.
well then I can't bet you then.
What's your number between now and January 31st?
I don't have one because I'm not going by a number. I'm going by a cycle.
Dude, a tweet changes this whole thing.
But I don't know. I would have to ask. I don't know when
Who
you
you
measure.
asking? This is me and you right now. If I ask Joe, he's probably just gonna say I don't even want to do it. I'll
Does
just DoorDash for you.
Does anybody know when you measure on the last cycle, from the end of the cycle to the bottom of the bear market, how long that was? I don't know that date. I need to know that.
It just appears that this is becoming a more long-term. I was thinking like,
Oh yeah. So you think it's
Yeah.
short term? For me, it's not. It's actually long term. Going all the way back to October.
I can't live my life wondering if I'm gonna get DoorDash over a 2-year period or a 4-year period.
I
If
hear
we're
you.
going back,
All jokes aside, I understand what you're saying, but all jokes aside, that's what I'm trying to tell you, though. It's time based. So when you measure the cycle, we're at the end of it now. So now we start the bear market, and
if you believe that, then I'm taking the worst gamble because I'm saying it's gonna go up.
I don't have a number. The only
by
number I
January
can tell
31st.
you, the only number I can give you is that we don't make an all-time high again until the next bull market.
Oh, dude, you're definitely sending me some burgers, bro.
So that's all I can tell you. We can take that. You can bet me that we don't make an all-time high before the next bull market. But I need to know what that measurement is.
Well, you can't. You can't. By the time the next bull market, you say next bull market, and we'll be at a new all-time high. So you have to. I was just thinking like a nice little monthly.
I'm sorry, I said the wrong thing. I misspoke. Before the bottom of the bear market. I misspoke.
You mean from the top, the last bull market to the bottom?
It would be similar to when last cycle when Bitcoin hit its high, from that period to where Bitcoin hit its 15K, however long
that would be 364 days, give or something like that.
Okay, well there's your bet. Then you would have till then to break 126, whatever it is.
Your mic's breaking up, Joe.
And I'm not trying to be difficult, but
So
that's what I'm saying. You want to bet
360 in the next 365 days.
You want to bet me? That's what it is. That's what I'm saying.
In the next 365 days, we don't go over 125,000 Bitcoin.
No, it's whatever, 126, whatever. I don't remember.
I'm in, dude.
360, 370. I have to check, but it's
yeah, I'll bet you that. I'll bet you that. But I don't know what the measurement. It's not just to sit there forever. It's to whatever the measurement is from the top. It would be from whatever the measurement of time period similar to the last cycle, which would have been whatever that topped out down to 15 that time. And that's pushing it because that's really in your favor, because I don't even believe, honestly, that's not fair because I don't even believe that. I believe it's going to get front run. I just don't believe now is the time.